This is episode number 276 of the Homeowner Show. Whether you're DIY or looking to hire, we're here to help you find the best information and options for you and your home. My name is Kevin Hackett, and here with me is Craig Williams.
Hello, and welcome to the Homeowner Show. We're so glad that you could join us for another live episode here in the studio. What's going on, Kev?
Oh, man. It's late tonight.
A little late.
It's all right. It's all right. We got nothing better to do.
We're men. We can handle it.
Yes, it's fine. Everything's
some facsimile thereof.
we're at least here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're one bourbon Craig in, I think.
One bourbon. Yep.
Yeah.
One.
So.
The bar is empty, so that's all you're getting.
That's all we got. How you doing?
I'll do what I can, people. Doing good, man. So everybody survived. Which Super Bowl was this last night?
58.
58.
And I must say, it's very happy with the outcome.
Okay.
I mean, here's the deal. Everybody knows that
You're
I'm
a big Taylor Swift fan?
Well, that obviously. But
What's your favorite song? I know you have one.
I don't know our songs, man. I don't know.
You're lying.
No, I really don't. Like, if you, let's see. The only song that even comes to my mind is the lyric that says, you know, I wear short skirts. I don't even know how it goes.
Yeah.
Something about high heels.
Okay. You don't know Shake It Off?
Oh, no, Shake It Off. How do you say it?
Yeah.
See, you know more than I do. I don't.
I just don't deny it.
If I wouldn't deny it either. If I knew some songs, I just don't.
I think it's the whole reason you were there.
No, it really is not. I'm a Cowboys fan, obviously. I mean, I've been like him or hate him. It doesn't really matter. Most people hate him. It's fine. But
I don't hate them. They just stink.
No, they're so bad. That's so bad. But
I don't have to watch, and I just hear everybody. Like, I live in Texas.
Sure.
And like every weekend when they don't win,
yep.
Like the senior pastor at our church, he's a massive Cowboys fan.
Okay.
And he's been in a bad mood most of the year.
Yeah.
I'm just happy football season's over.
Yeah.
I get out of lamentations.
Well, baseball season's back, so that's a good thing. But I mean, the thing is, I'm a Texas Tech fan. I'm wearing my Tech pullover tonight. And everybody that's a Tech fan is a Chiefs fan.
Sure.
Because Patrick Mahomes was amazing at Tech.
Right.
And he's amazing now. So it's fun to get to see a kid that you've watched kind of come up through the ranks doing really, really well, you know?
I mean, did they win like a significant game when he was at Tech?
No, because, they're Tech football.
Right.
They're not good. They did some of the best. I think they got up like some of the years that he was playing. I think they got up to like number 2 or 3. Like they actually really got way up in the rankings. But then whenever it mattered,
peter out.
Yeah, and their defense was always really, really bad. The thing about Mahomes is he has such a strong arm that the receivers were good during his time at Tech, but like. You got to have some strong hands to catch those balls he throws. He just got a strong arm. So.
There's a fly.
It's speaking of strong.
Did you want to?
That fly is going to take one of us away.
Dude, that thing has been eating some creatine.
No doubt. It's over there right now.
Is it?
Right
Where?
there. It's on that little, I don't know what it is, by the book.
By the book. Hang on.
Yeah. It's black on black. You see it?
No, but, yeah.
Oh, come on. Oh, Craig. That's all right. Everybody's watching you because I've got it on you. Well,
that's fine.
Pick it up.
He'll come back, and I'll be ready for him.
He's big, but he's slow. You know how that goes?
Yeah.
I had a guy that worked with me at a previous location, and he's an older guy, and he goes, "Man, when I was in high school, I played football." He said, "I never was really very good, but I sure was slow." And I laughed, and that was one of the funniest things I ever heard in my life. Well, but so anyway, I was glad to. Here's the deal. I'm happy to have someone besides Brady.
Okay,
which I'm fine with Brady. Like I'm not like a hater of Tom Brady. He's out, but I'm happy to have somebody else come along and do what he's done.
Okay,
and in 5 years, Mahomes has won 3 Super Bowls.
That's impressive.
It's super impressive. Yeah. And back to back, which is super impressive as well. Brady didn't do back to back. In fact, first year in 19 years a back-to-back Super Bowl has been won.
Mm.
And so it's a big deal as far as that goes, but he gets that dynasty tag.
Right.
At 3 of 5, that's a dynasty tag. So, there's only like 4 dynasty tags.
Is that 3 of 5 appearances or 3 out of the last 5?
It's 3 wins out of the last 5.
So he's been to the Super Bowl 5 times.
He's been.
That's what I'm asking.
No.
So 3 out of the last 5 Super Bowls, he's won.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
That's still super impressive.
It's unbelievably impressive.
Yeah.
And so, Aikman did it.
Mm-hmm.
Brady did it. Mahomes did it. And there's somebody else. I don't remember.
Would it have been?
May have been
49ers.
Montana.
Montana? Was that
maybe. I don't know. I don't remember.
Mm.
I don't remember. But I don't know. I mean, it's just an impressive thing.
Right.
And so it's fun to watch. I mean, I'm a Chiefs fan by default. I know a lot of people hate winners.
Sure.
They do.
Uh-huh.
They're easy to hate. Right. But I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Winning?
Winning's fun.
Winning is
super
fun.
Like someone's so Ryan loves playing baseball, right? And someone was like, "Well, he's gonna have fun no matter what." And I was like, "Yeah, but he'll have a lot more fun if he wins." Winning's just fun.
Look, so my son just stepped up to 12U baseball.
Oh yeah.
So and he is still
a big jump.
He's still currently 10 years old.
Right.
So he turns 11 in 8 days.
Okay.
That being said, he is a shrimp.
Oh.
Compared to most of the boys on his team.
Well, of course.
Like
they're almost 2 years older than
most
him.
of them I'm talking to are 13. And like the disparity between a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old.
It's not even close.
And so here's the killer, man. There's a 14-year-old on our team.
What?
He is 6'2".
What?
I am not kidding.
Is he any good?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like who was the tall, lanky pitcher in the MLB? For years and years.
Of course. I just lost his name. He hit a bird and killed him.
The Tampa Bay guy.
Oh, Tampa Bay. No, he played for the Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks. Right, you're right.
Randy Johnson.
He looks like Randy Johnson, man.
Really?
Yes. I mean, like he could probably grow the mustache, but school's still making him shave.
Dude, if he's a pitcher, he's halfway to the mound before
he doesn't want to pitch.
What?
He doesn't want to pitch.
What does he do?
He plays outfield. He wants because he can throw the ball a freaking mile.
I'm sure he can.
He's halfway to like
yeah. His arms halfway to the plate.
He's like a sweet kid.
Yeah, of
but
course.
Like he's taller than me.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, I can't coach you.
What are you doing here? Do you know you're supposed to be in high school? Well, he is in high school, but I guess.
Is he in high school? No, he's in 8th grade.
Oh, jeez. Well, he has to be 13, yeah.
He's 14.
Oh, he's 14, but he could be in high school.
I mean, I guess he could be in high school.
Yeah,
That'd be weird.
13-year-olds can go. I mean, really, you turn 14 whenever you're.
But like, look, man, if you're in 9th grade and you're willing to get on a baseball team with like 10 and 11-year-olds, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
he's got to be an 8th grader.
Of course.
So
he was held back.
I don't know. Would it matter?
No.
I mean,
it would. It absolutely would.
If he was on schedule, he'd be 6 foot.
No, but that's the thing. Like, if his parents knew he was going to be that tall, holding him back absolutely would help.
Sure.
Because now he's going to be a year older if he's playing basketball for sure, right?
Yeah.
It'd be a year older, be that much bigger, that much stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely would matter.
It would matter. Yeah. I don't know that they knew. I mean, like, I don't know.
How do you know?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you this. I know my son won't be. I know a few things.
That ain't happening. And if it does, you have some conversations to have.
We're going to have some real hard conversations. Ones I really don't want to have.
So I had my own Super Bowl.
Okay.
It was celebrated privately. By myself.
By you.
That's right.
You didn't know there was an actual, like, football game.
I knew that there was a football game, and I intentionally avoided it.
And I don't understand people like you. I just don't get it.
Well, and my brother-in-law and sister-in-law throw a massive Super Bowl party every year.
Oh, really?
So like there's bounce houses, and they they rent like one of those game trucks for like the kids to play video games in the whole time. It's a huge deal.
What?
And I love them.
Of course.
I hate going.
I can see that.
Yeah. It's just not my scene. Like,
well, I mean, at that point, so there's
like I'm expected to know things about something I care zero. For those of you that haven't watched the show that much, I could care less about professional sports.
Yeah.
I like sports.
Right.
I like playing sports. I like being outdoors. I like doing things.
Sure.
I could care less about professional sports.
Specifically.
I don't get into it because I don't want people to feel bad about watching professional sports because I don't think there's anything wrong with you doing it.
Right.
It's just not for me.
Not your thing. But
if you want me to get into it, I'll be happy to get into it.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing though. Like when you go to, I even felt this way a little bit last night. Like when you go to parties where there's 25, 30 people there, it's a big deal. Kids running around everywhere.
Yep.
Like it's almost hard to watch a game.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's so much going on. And I'll tell you this, if you were to ask me what my favorite Super Bowl commercial was, you know what I'd say? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of the commercials.
I wouldn't know because I didn't see any of it.
I mean, I know that, but I mean, like, it's just,
I know, I'm going to get him.
He's go, oh, I almost had him.
He did.
Everybody listening is like, what is happening?
It's a fly.
Oh my gosh. He's like dive bombing me over here.
Dude, he's so slow.
So slow.
I think if I got up, there's 2 of them.
Oh, jeez.
What is going on?
Is he reproducing that quickly?
I don't know.
I've been calling him a he. I don't know.
That is aggressive breeding.
It is. I don't know what's going on. All right. Well, tell us what you did on your own private island.
So I went hunting.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a client that has hired me to get rid of wild pigs on their property.
Oh, hired.
Yeah.
Like you're okay. Most people pay to go hunting.
Yes.
You're getting paid
to hunt.
To go hunt.
Yes.
Okay, that's a gig.
It is.
How do you do that?
Well, you got to be very skilled.
At what? They hired you. Well, tell me what happened.
Well, so what it is some wild pigs. This is a commercial piece of property.
Okay.
And they have been tearing stuff up.
They're horrible.
Very destructive.
Yeah.
And I will say this, I haven't read the article yet. There's an article that just came out this last week about maybe we need to hang out on the idea or hang back on the idea of hunting wild pigs year round. Because,
really?
Yeah. I need to go through and I apologize. I have not read the article. It's going to make the case that they're actually very beneficial to the environment where like, I'm just going to be honest, they're very destructive.
They are.
Very, very destructive.
Yes. And they come in herds. Are they a herd?
I don't know.
Herd of pigs?
I don't know what
is it a gaggle?
A group of pigs is called. A herd is probably
murder?
fine. Like murder of crow.
Yeah, it's a murder of crow. Murder. But pigs are like, they come in groups.
Yeah.
And they're huge.
Well, it's not that they come in herds. I mean, which I'm just going to look this up real quick. Herd of pigs.
Well, I want to know. We got to know. It's
a group of pigs is called a drift or drove.
Oh,
there you go.
All right.
A drove of pigs.
They drove me crazy.
Yeah. Well, and so like this is like actually measurable. Like they cause millions of dollars worth of damage to property.
Right.
And as well as other things. But this is wild pigs. This isn't domestic pigs. Sure. And there's a big difference.
Oh, a huge difference.
And I think we've talked about this on the show before. Like if you release a domestic pig into the wild and they catch up with a drove of pigs, they will turn into a wild pig.
Of course.
Like physiological changes. So anyway, I was out during pretty much the entirety of the Super Bowl out at this property hunting pigs. I think I was out there for like 4.5 hours.
Jeez.
And it was getting close to sundown, and I don't like hunting after sundown, even though like some of the best pig hunting does happen after sundown.
Okay.
It's just, to me, it's just not safe.
Yeah. Who knows what could happen?
Yeah, because even
if something happens to you,
right.
Well, I mean, then what?
Well, and it's like the way that you do that is you use night vision and thermals.
Sure.
And I'm sure it's reliable. I'm sure there's guys who are really good at it. I'm not comfortable with it.
Yeah.
So it was getting to be like 6:00, and I was like, I'm not going to see anything. Mm-hmm. And I've been out there many times and I've seen 2 pigs before, and the 2 I saw before were like at 120 yards, and they didn't stop, and so I didn't have like a clean shot on them.
That's a long way.
I didn't want to scare them off.
120.
I mean, I probably could have made the shot, but I just didn't want to take the risk of like missing and then scaring them away for like a week.
Sure.
Anyway, I was sitting there and I was just like, man, I'm not going to see anything. I can go home and have kind of a relaxing evening. So I was packing up my gear, and I was in a stand, and I got up to leave. And as I turned to my left, I was like, that's kind of a big black thing in the brush over there. Well, these pigs had kind of snuck up beside me. and I had never even saw them, heard them. I don't
What?
even know where they came from. And like I say, beside me, they were like 70 yards away.
Okay.
And I say they because I inevitably end up finding out that it's they, but I just see one and then another one.
Okay.
Big black ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, those are big pigs.
Mm-hmm.
I can take a shot at that. And so she's sitting there and I get her in my sights. I take the shot and she starts squealing like crazy, which is what they do when you hit them. I mean, like, squeal like crazy. And as soon as I hit her, man, I see the grass just go nuts.
Mm.
Ba, 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 ba. Something starts moving, running across the field, and it's running away from me. And usually what I do is I rechamber my rifle in case I need to take another shot.
Yeah.
Well, so many of them took off, it just like startled me.
Sure.
And I didn't think to like reload my gun.
Mm-hmm.
And like 8 of them take off across the field that I hadn't even seen.
Oh my.
I just saw the big black one. And
Right.
like all of a sudden I'm seeing brown and like striped ones and like they're moving through the grass like crazy. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get a bead on one of y'all. You're already scared.
Right.
I'll see if I can hit another one of you. I got one of them in my sights and I pulled the trigger and realized I had not reloaded my gun. And I was like, oh, I just missed out on another good opportunity.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I got to go find this big one that I just shot. And so I have to like walk through like 6 inches of water
Oh, geez.
the whole way there. And like,
it had just rained.
well, it had just
quite a
rained
bit.
and pigs get in a wallow, man, and they
Yeah.
don't care. It's just
No.
muddy, nasty.
Yep.
And that's exactly where she was.
Of course.
So I get over there and she wasn't too hard to find. She's like a 120-pound pig.
Okay.
And well, what I realized is when I walk up on her, I was like, hey, there's 2 dead pigs here.
What?
And I was like, what? I took one shot.
You got both of them?
I got both of them.
Are you? Who are you, MacGyver?
I don't know, man. Like, and the other one was like a piglet.
Oh, okay.
So there's I mean, like, not to be like dark and like weird about it, but like most likely what happened is I because I saw the shot where I hit her and I probably broke her spine. And I think the other one was nursing.
Oh, okay.
And it ricocheted off the spine and shot him through the head.
That's what you call luck right there, man. That's some big luck.
It was big luck.
And you do it again.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
But I mean, he goes back. There's a drove of them.
Oh yeah,
A drove of, and most of the time they come in droves.
yes.
This is working.
Or drift. Drift or drove.
They come in droves. That
They drift
feels
and they
better.
drove.
they
They were drinking.
they drift toward you. They drove you.
Those pigs were drunk.
They're drunk. But I mean, a lot of times they're together, right?
Oh yeah,
So
they're always together.
So you can get boom,
Like
boom,
even
boom.
as they ran away, man, they stayed completely together.
Right. Yeah.
So
Wow, they drifted together.
anyway, it was a fun, successful night for me.
Yeah.
So
So now, what do you do with the pigs? Do you leave them there?
those I did.
Yeah. I mean, it's late, but I mean, well, they're not good for anything.
Oh no, they're good to eat.
You can eat them.
Well,
Oh.
yes, you can. Absolutely, you can.
Okay.
Those, I mean, here's the thing. She was too big
Okay.
to drag through the mud
Oh yeah.
and the muck and the mire
Sure.
to do anything with.
Right.
I also know that there's coyotes and buzzards around there.
They're gonna take care of it.
I'm just not concerned about it. So
All right.
now if I get one where I can actually like get to it and I'm not having to stand in like 4 inches of water, I probably would drag them off and gut them and clean them and then take them to the processor
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wish that one had been to where I could like actually get it out of there.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's still impressive.
All
right. Well, I'll give you that.
thank you.
That was impressive. So, what else is going on? I feel like there's a lot we can talk about.
Well, we need to talk about this Lutron switch. You put one in your
Yeah.
house.
Yeah. Before we do that, you know what we need to do?
Oh, thank our sponsor.
We do. We need to thank our sponsor. We are so thankful for Lone Star Appliance Repair.
They're the best.
They really are. I've talked to quite a few people that have issues,
Mm-hmm.
and more people are going the repair route. I mean,
Oh, for sure.
which is smart right now because the way everything costs is so expensive to do anything. It's expensive to eat. It's expensive to buy gas. It's expensive
Yeah.
to do everything. So repairing your appliances is smarter than just going out and buying new ones if it can be repaired.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, let me say this. I was in a client's house today, and she was telling me she had bought this house less than a year ago.
Okay.
And I was checking some stuff out for her, and I was looking at the dishwasher.
Mhm.
And she goes, well, you can look in there, but that thing hadn't worked since I moved in.
what?
And I was like, what are you talking about? And she goes, yeah, the inspector that I paid to check this house out told me that there was nothing wrong with the dishwasher, but it hasn't worked since I moved in.
All
And I
right.
said, well, have you gotten anybody to look at it? And she's like, no, I just use it for a drying rack, and I just don't know what to do. And I was like, well, you don't need to buy a new one. Just call Lone Star Appliance Repair. Like,
Yeah.
just have them look at it and let you
Right.
tell you what it's going to take to repair it. I
It will help.
guarantee you it's going to be cheaper than buying a new one.
Of course.
And then you could actually have a dishwasher.
right.
And
I
she's
mean,
like,
why
"Oh
not?"
my-" And her response to that was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I don't feel comfortable calling someone without actually knowing that someone else has used them before.
Well,
So here's Kevin and I
yeah.
telling you, like, look, I've used them at my house
Yeah.
many times.
Right.
And they've always treated me fairly. They've always given me a fair price, and they've actually got my appliances back up and running again.
Yeah.
So-
They're great.
Yeah.
They do a great job.
just give them a call.
Yeah, give them a call. I mean, their phone number is 936-647-2364. You can call them
Mm-hmm.
and also text them.
Yep.
That same number, 936-647-2364. Really, really great people. So, I mean, if you need anything, call them. They also have maintenance options and other things that they can help you with. You can go to their website and learn more about that if you want to. But we're really thankful for their sponsorship, and support them and tell them that you heard about them on the Homeowner Show.
Faux show.
All right. So getting into the Lutron stuff, we actually just had someone mention that he's an advanced Lutron programmer.
Oh,
Yeah, and he programmed their lighting and shades for many, many years. And
see the shade stuff.
the shades are cool.
I want to check those out, man.
Yeah.
They haven't sent us those yet, and I want to see what they're like, because apparently that's like the creme de la creme of the Lutron system.
Yeah, and I would be happy to put those in our house. They're the only holy crap, this thing is gonna die. But I couldn't get up. Oh my goodness, this fly is sorry, Lutron. If you're watching this online, you're getting a kick. The shades, the only thing that I will say about them is that they're not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're
Oh, it's the most expensive thing that they have.
well, of course, and for a reason. I mean, it's
Right.
not a light bulb.
Yes.
It's not a switch. It's shades. It's pretty amazing. But yeah, so very, very cool. Joshua Juarez is his name.
Oh, okay.
Is the programmer. But so we kind of had a relationship with Lutron
Wait,
for
hang on.
a while now.
I'm gonna go over and check that out, because
Okay.
I think I know that guy.
What? Maybe you do. Maybe you do. But here's the deal. So we've been kind of partners with them a little bit, and they send us stuff that we've given out over the years as like gifts and
Oh yeah,
prizes.
That's
Things like
Josh. He
that.
owns True Texas Solar.
Oh, well, there you
He's
go.
supposed to be coming on the show soon.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Super cool.
Well, he just said their energy savings is substantial. They actually reduce heat. He said
He would know.
he would know. So what they've done is they've given us some stuff to review. One of the things that they've given us that is just super, super cool is their Caseta line. Their Caseta is kind of their top of the line switches.
Yep.
They're smart switches. There's a lot of things that these things do. Now, you kind of have to have a hub
Mhm.
in order for them to work. So you get the hub. You can actually buy a whole kit.
Well, let me address that real quick, because I was actually at a friend's house the other day, and he had what's the ones that we reviewed before that don't require the hub?
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Anyway, we don't need to mention
It
them.
doesn't matter.
They've never sent us anything.
That's right.
Anyway, there are plenty of switches and plug adapters and things like that
Yeah.
that don't require a hub.
Right.
Here's the issue with those: is each one of those takes away from the bandwidth on your Wi-Fi,
Mhm.
because each one of those is now connected as a device to your Wi-Fi.
Right.
When you use a hub system like Lutron, it's a one signal that controls everything that then runs through the hub. So you're not actually diminishing your internet speed or anything else on your network.
Bandwidth. Yeah.
Your bandwidth on your network.
Right.
And so like you're going to continue to have the same power, or you're going to have more power than you would if you used a system that each device connected to the Wi-Fi.
Right.
There are benefits to the other system. This one is just going to help maintain bandwidth on your network.
Sure.
So, sorry, go ahead.
So, no, that's good. So, you can buy a kit. It comes with the, the switch and the hub and all, the whole 9 yards. But, man, these things are so cool. Let's just talk about a couple of things you can do. I mean, there's a lot of things you might expect. You can turn them on and off with the app, all right? You might expect that. But you can also set scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. So, like, maybe you're sitting down to watch a movie and you have a perfect lighting setting. You can switch it out to that. You can make a scene for it. You can have at a certain time of day. You can have like at maybe, I don't know, 7:30 at night, the lights dim,
Right.
I mean, a lot of people, whenever the sun goes down, they don't need all the light in their house. They want to kind of start winding it down. You can do that kind of thing. But there's a couple other things that I think are really, really cool. One of them is you can do geofencing with it.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you leave, the lights will turn off.
Right.
Or
even if you forgot to do it yourself.
That's right. Or if you're coming home and you want the lights on whenever you come into your house, which I'll tell you, I mean, even as a dude, look, I don't like walking into a dark house.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not scared of the dark, but I still don't want to walk into a dark house. Who knows? My kids leave dog toys everywhere, leave their toys everywhere. Like, I don't want to trip over stuff.
Why are you only buying your kids dog toys?
Well, that's a whole nother conversation.
Okay.
It has to do with discipline. But beyond that, I like walking into a house that has some lights on. So you can geofence it to where, if you don't know what that means, basically you can put a virtual bubble around your house. And whenever you enter that bubble, you're inside the geofence. Whenever it's a fence, right?
Right.
Whenever you leave it, you're outside, and your system can do various things based on that, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think I've talked about this on the show. I actually use the If This Then That app with a geofence to create a personal log of when it's an ongoing spreadsheet that I've had for the last 4 years of when I enter and leave my property.
That'll be really helpful when your daughter starts driving.
Don't think I'm not going to put one on her.
Exactly. So there's another, probably one of the coolest things it does, though, is, I mean, I've got a specific scenario in my house where there's one light switch in my living room.
Right.
But it's not near the door. It is near a door, but it's not near the door.
Right.
And so if you walk in the back door of my house, you can't turn the light on in the living room, which you walk in the living room of my house. But with this system, you can literally put a wireless switch on the wall, and you can mount it on the wall with the switch plate and everything, to where it looks like a regular outlet switch. And you can have a whole separate, it's a remote. It's basically what it is, that you can put anywhere in your house. And so they've got this.
You're talking about the Picos or the?
Yes.
Okay.
But you take those Picos and you can literally mount them on the wall.
Yes.
With a whole
they come with a plate that
they do.
They snap in, and you can take them out too.
That's exactly right.
Like a remote. Yeah.
Yeah. The one we have is portable. We carry it with us, and I say carry it with us. We'll put it on the couch, and
that's what our stays like on the coffee table.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But you can't, if you have a scenario where you need a 3-way switch, you can 3-way switch your house without wiring.
Well, I think that's the new addition to these switches, because I think previously what their assumption was like, it's a smart switch. Why would you need a 3-way?
Right.
So we'll just eliminate the 3-way and give you a Pico. Now you can actually put in. And I think the reason that they ended up doing this is because people were, what's the word I'm looking for? They were repurposing their existing electrical wiring.
Okay.
And they were like, okay, so what do I do with this thing now? Right. There used to be a switch because it was a 3-way, but now you're telling me I don't need the 3-way because I can use the Pico. But now I've got to put the Pico and do a light switch cover,
right?
Or a plate cover to cover up the wiring that was there before. So they were like, okay, fine, we'll just give you the option to 3-way these switches, and so now you can.
Which previously, I mean, you think about this. So if you don't know what a three-way switch is, it's basically, many of you have them in your home.
Mm-hmm.
It's where you can turn the light on and off in one location of the room, and another location of the room, you can also turn the light on or off.
Yeah, which creates a weird upside down.
It does.
Yeah.
And for those of you that are anal like me, it drives you nuts if one of them's up and one of them's down.
Yes.
Turn those things around. Make them both down or both up, whatever. But that's what a three-way switch is.
Mhm.
Think about it. If you have a smart switch like this one,
Mm-hmm.
they've got dimmers on them.
Right.
Okay, so quite literally, the dimmer goes from the bottom, which is off, to the top, which is all the way on, and you've got that spectrum in between.
Right.
Well, what are you going to do with that if you've got multiple locations with the three-way switch? It doesn't work very well. It's backwards. It's upside down. It's the three-way switch doesn't work very well in that situation. Lutron's figured it out.
Yeah.
And they figured out how to take a dimmer switch that's a smart switch and make it work with a three-way.
A three-way, yeah.
And it's the cool thing is it's always up or always down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really, really cool thing. So I don't know another system out there that does this.
I don't either.
So super, super cool.
Yeah, kudos to them for knocking it out of the park on this one.
And the thing I like about it is they've thought ahead. They've gone, okay, what are the problems that people have? They're not just trying to sell you a product. They're trying to solve problems.
Right.
And I love that. And they've got a lot of problem-solving systems.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Well, and I know this is becoming less and less like as a rarity, but it is cool that it also works with LEDs.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, and a lot of them do these days.
Mm-hmm.
But I will tell you, having tried multiples, many of them don't work well.
No.
And it's not the bulb's fault. It's the switch's fault. Because
I often blame the purchaser.
Most of the time. But like here's the thing. There are bulbs that they will dim fully up and down. But what happens with most of these switches is you have to have a certain level of resistance in the switch to get to dim correctly.
Right.
And so they get down to about 20% resistance and they just shut off.
Click off, yeah.
So you only get about 80% and you can only turn it down to a certain level and it's not always that dim.
Mm-hmm.
And it just shuts off.
Yeah.
So if you've got a system like Lutron's, and they're all over the place, but you can buy them almost anywhere. If you got a system like Lutron's, theirs will dim fully, and their resistance levels are a little bit better.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, like the switches will still work even if you don't have the hub.
Oh, yeah, they will.
Yeah, you just can't control them wirelessly or through the app.
Through the app, right. That's the big deal.
So, I mean, like there's still a fully functional switch.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
It is.
Yeah.
No, it absolutely is.
So I will, little story time. I actually installed a smart switch in my wife and I's bedroom.
Okay.
And again, this is my house.
It's weird.
It's just put that out there. Yeah. Like, I didn't design it. I just bought it. I don't have buyer's remorse. It's just fair to recognize that things were not done with a clear mind.
Little Lone Star action going on.
That's right. So there was a switch in our bedroom, and I had put in recessed halogens throughout our bedroom.
Yeah.
And I wanted to put them on a smart switch so I could turn them up or down from bed.
Sure.
And so I installed it. And shortly after installing it, realized that now I cannot turn on the lights in my closet or in my bathroom without turning on the lights in my bedroom.
Oh, weird.
And I should have realized this when I pulled out the complete rat's nest of wire from that plug recess.
So there is a way to wire it correctly.
Yes.
You just didn't know what it was.
I had no freaking clue.
No, and you probably forgot to take a picture before you...
I don't know that would have helped.
It's too much wiring.
Yes.
If you're going to take, now you've said before on this show,
yes,
electrical is the one thing.
not my thing.
Yeah, not your thing. But like if
If it's a simple switch,
yeah,
I'm good.
yeah,
If it's a plug,
probably
great.
fine.
Now we start getting into 3-way.
4-way even.
I could probably figure it out, but like if there's other stuff. So here's what happened, man. Is we realized that what came through that, what do you call those things? The boxes that are behind the switches. Do you know?
The receptacle box?
Receptacle, thank you.
Okay.
In the receptacle, like everything that was connected to our bedroom was wired through that switch.
Okay. It all came to there. That was
so
the
like
central. Okay.
there was a GFI in my bathroom that just ceased to work.
That's not good.
And like I couldn't turn on the lights in my bathroom unless the lights in my bedroom were on.
That's horrible.
And I couldn't turn on the lights in my closet unless the lights in my bedroom were on. Which, look, I think for most people, that's not a big deal.
Kind of is.
But like my wife and I, there are
different
days,
schedules.
different schedules,
Sure.
man. And it's like sometimes I'm getting up way earlier. Look, if I'm like, okay, if I'm going hunting,
Yeah.
I'm getting up at like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Right.
And going on down the road. I need to turn on the lights in the closet. I need to turn on the lights in my bathroom.
Right.
I can't do that.
No.
Until I finally got frustrated, and I called.
A good story.
I called my buddy John over at Y Electric, and I was like, "Look, man, and like this will tell you everything you need to know." I was like, "Look, I've had a problem with the switch for at least a year."
Oh, gosh, you lived with it like that for a year?
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Oh yeah. And I was like, "Look, man, there's a GFI switch in my bathroom I haven't been able to use for more than a year. I haven't been able to turn on the lights in my bathroom in the morning for over a year."
Are you using like the light on your camera, like your
Sometimes
phone?
so there are other lights in my bathroom. They're just not as good as the main light.
All right.
So I have lights I can turn on. It just like
they're like behind you.
It would be dangerous to shave. Okay. Like I couldn't turn that light on.
I don't have that problem.
That's right. So, and I'm telling everyone this because, like, look, when you hire a professional,
yes,
this is when you get to realize what your time and your money are worth. Because I called John Wagner over at Y Electric, and I said, "John, I need you to come out. I need you to fix the switch.
Right.
I'm done. Like, I haven't opened it since I've messed it up. The GFI is not working. The bathroom lights aren't working. The laundry room lights aren't working. The closet lights aren't working.
Wow.
Like everything comes through this receptacle. I know I screwed it up. I'm sorry. Please come fix it." He goes, "I got you, bud. It's $150 an hour. Shouldn't be a big deal." And I said, "You haven't been to my house, man."
Yeah, you have no idea.
Like, and he goes, "Don't worry about it." So he comes out in under an hour.
Oh,
everything is perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's beautiful.
Like my wife could not be happier. It's the best $150 I've ever spent in a long time.
Wow.
Just to have the electricity working properly in my bedroom.
Mm.
And so
happy wife.
Yeah, dude, I'm happy. Forget her. Look, I say that to say this. Like, one, electricity is nothing to mess around with.
No, you got to be careful.
2, like if you don't know what you're doing, like 1, educate yourself or hire a professional.
Yeah.
Look, at the end of the day,
I don't have anything in my hand. I'm so glad
it's
you
not
said
your game.
Not me.
At the end of the day, having a professional come in and knock it out in an hour is better than you wrestling with it for 6.
Oh yeah, and you don't know, bad things can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you start messing with stuff, and here's the thing, and it may not even be like you getting shocked. It may not be your own physical problem, but it could be your house's physical problem.
Right.
I mean, you could set your house on fire if you rewire things incorrectly and then turn a switch on.
Yeah.
And you may not even know it to begin with.
Uh-huh.
It may not get hot immediately. It could be
weeks.
It could be weeks. It could be. It may be that one time that you leave and you're rushing out the door. And, oh man, it's an LED light. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna leave it on.
Mm-hmm.
You walk out, and your house catches on fire.
Right.
I mean, that can happen.
For sure.
I'm not trying to foreshadow. I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
there's things you don't want to mess with.
Yeah.
Call the professional. $150.
Dude, that's nothing.
Nothing in comparison to what it could be.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm not saying that $150 isn't a lot of money.
Oh, no, it is.
I mean, that's groceries. That's that's several things.
And there are people out there going $150. Like an electrician used to only cost $50 an hour. Well, we're not $50 an hour anymore.
Right.
It costs money.
Right. Well, and you get what you pay for. Look,
you do.
$50 an hour electrician, he probably would have fixed it in 3.
Oh, yeah. Same amount of money. He's in your house, and maybe you did it right.
And I'm frustrated because he's been there 3 hours.
Just come on, man. It's one switch.
Yeah. You can do this. I believe in you.
I believe in you. So I will tell you this. So our friend Joshua Juarez, your friend actually, he mentioned, and I've seen this on their website, but we just have not had any of them to test. I would be happy, Lutron, if you want to send some to me. I will install these and I will check it out. But he said the Lutron Radio RA and the Homework and Ketra series takes lighting to a whole different level of capabilities. So like the Caseta is great. Once you get into some of these others, you can go on their website and look at it. Like the Radio RA, like they've got all types of like settings, the colors that you can put into their switches, like they're very vast, but you can program things in certain ways. And then you get into the Homeworks scenario, and all of a sudden now you can use like you can use like an iPad with like crazy amount of control of what you can do with your system. You can program.
Talk about changing like the lighting color and stuff
you can
like
do
that.
all kinds of stuff, and then it'll also integrate with your shades. It'll integrate with like your controls can be like super crazy. Like you can have like a pad on your wall somewhere that you can like control all the lights to the whole house with it. You know, if you like literally you can do one of those deals where it's like walking out the door, you press the off button and every light in the house goes off. You know, like different weird scenarios.
I've actually
like
done that. I've done that with the Amazon Alexa stuff. Yeah. Because you can connect to the Caseta with all that. Yep. And a lot of times I'll be walking out of the house and I'm not going to say her name because we actually have one in here, but I'll tell her to turn all the lights off in the house. Yeah. And I didn't want to say that out loud because it would just do it. Done it.
Oh, it will, huh?
That's right.
Well, that's one of the other things he said is you can also control lamps and the Caseta system with Alexa. Yeah. So if you've got Alexa already, then you can tell it to do all kinds of things. So, you know, Lutron is out there doing amazing things. And so if you really want to dive in further, go to their website at lutron.com. You can find all their stuff at Home Depot and Lowe's, and if you want some of their higher end stuff, you may have to go some professional lighting stores. And
I don't think any of the stores actually carry any of the shades or anything like that. Yeah,
but you can get them online. You can order them online, different things like that. So definitely check them out.
I think the reason is because they're all custom,
right? And you need someone much of it. You need someone to program it for you. Now you don't have to have someone program it for you, but like you might need a professional to install some of it. Especially whenever you get into some of these systems like your house, where it's like, it's a little different. A little different.
This house is a little shady.
Yeah, it's a little shady. I need the shades. It's a different type of shady.
Which I will say, that's one of the weird things about my house. Not
what's that?
Is that like you don't really need like curtains and shades in my house.
You do have windows.
I have windows,
but they're on actual floors.
Well, like
and your weird floors
on the first floor, every single window that we have has at least a 6-foot covering and outside of it.
Sometimes 8 foot.
Yeah,
because it's got a big porch,
big wraparound porch
that's covered.
So, and then when you get up to the second and the third floor, like you have a lot of trees. Coverage, and so like the sun, and then the way that the sun moves, it moves sideways over the house, and so like it never really comes in through any of the windows. Except for my son's bedroom window on the third floor. And that's really the only window that we have any issues with.
Which, it's pros and cons, right?
Yeah.
I mean, definitely. But whenever you've got good shade, there's a lot of benefit. There's also the issue of, now you got to turn on lights.
You got to turn on lights.
you got to have your lights. And that's really whenever the setting of like certain times a day can make a big difference.
Yeah.
So pretty
I wonder
cool stuff.
if you could do a setting that would follow the sunset.
Yes. In fact,
so like as the sun goes down, the dimmer comes up.
Yes.
Kind of a deal.
So Caseta actually does that. They have what they call sunset tracker.
Oh, that's cool.
And so so at certain times of night, I'm not sure if it dims. I'm not sure how I need to check this setting because I haven't used it. So I'm not exactly sure what it does. I will check on it and I'll report back. But basically it tracks the sun, and whenever, like, if you need lights on in a certain area, it'll know when the sun's going down, so the lights will come on.
Okay.
And vice versa. If
That's
the lights
cool,
are
though.
on,
Yeah.
they'll go off. So it's called Sunset Tracker, and it's something that they do that's very specific.
I'm sure it accounts for daylight savings.
Oh, of course it does.
Yeah.
It's hooked into the internet.
Look, man, if you go hunting, you know what time sundown is every day.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I will tell you also, if you go camping,
You know what time sunrise is.
yeah, you know what time sunrise. And when it gets dark, it's kind of like, I'm ready for bed.
It's time to go to bed.
Time to go to bed.
Yep.
It's weird how that works. When you got lights, you can stay up forever.
That's right. Created a lot of irresponsibility.
Except now, it's late.
Yeah.
It's gotten late. Is there anything else we need to cover?
No, we can save it for another episode.
All right, we will do that. Well, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. Some of you will hear this probably a week from now. But those of you that are listening live, thanks for being with us. We appreciate you very, very much. If you have not already, please like, subscribe, go on our channel and our Facebook. We are putting out tons of content. Really, really good stuff. So thank you for joining us. Go leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcast. Tell your friends about us. Until next time, we'll see you later.
See you.